Hi, you look beautiful. Okay, so we're sitting here with Meek Morgan. Meek Morgan, by the way, is NFL player's wife, mother of seven, and entrepreneur, and her children are also in the entertainment industry, so she's also a momager.
Yeah.
The married life, the mother life, the entrepreneur life, the momager life.
Right.
And it also seems like you are like heavy in community building.
Yes.
Like, I see that.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to hear from you. I wanted to connect with you, and I want this to be like not just this, but like a journey. I want to really build a sisterhood. That's actually one of my goals in life.
Right.
I always saw my mom do that growing up, and I feel
awesome.
I feel like I need to be doing that too. So I want to hear from you. How do you balance the demands of managing your children's careers in entertainment and being a supportive wife to an NFL player?
Wow. Okay, so I get this question a lot, and I think probably because of the amount of children that we have. And I think most people can see that we live pretty busy lives. I would have to totally give credit to God, first and foremost. Without His guidance, without the stability and the foundation that I have in my faith, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do any of it. And then with that, you get direction, you get guidance, you get an understanding of your purpose, like your deeper purpose. And even in those times where you may feel frustrated, things may be going haywire, maybe a little bit overwhelming, that foundation that I have in my faith is what grounds me and also what guides me to create whatever the schedule is, whatever there needs to be in order for there to be balance. All of those things is really how I can juggle all of it. Is that firm foundation, and then from there I would say schedules, calendars. All of our calendars have to be in sync. We have to be on the same page. We have to have meetings. We have to sit down at least a couple of times, a few times a month sometimes, to say, like, this is all that's on our plate. This is what, is what being presented to us. Sometimes you have to learn how to say no to things. Does it align with your purpose? Does it align with the purpose of the family dynamic? Because that's so very important to us. It's not just about one individual and what they want to do, but does it align with what the family can do? That sense of independence they also kind of want to have. And I just think back to when I was her age and what I struggled with, and I just try to give her what I didn't have, but also give her the truth. That's so very important.
Yeah.
Sometimes we try to hide it. Like,
no, I did most of my years with them, and I see where it hurt our relationship. Yeah.
We try to hide it because we're better now. We're still working, we're still growing, but we're a little bit better now. But sometimes we have the propensity to be a little bit embarrassed by the mistakes.
That's what it was for me. I didn't want my daughters to feel, my two older ones, because I had them young. I didn't want them to feel like it was okay and give them an excuse really for them. Well, you did it. I didn't want that. And then also I felt like they wouldn't understand. And I was like, maybe it's not the time. But now I see that I think that maybe I should have been a little bit more transparent. So now that's what I work on now with my children, is being more transparent.
And I love that because it's never too late. When you realize, okay, this is what I should have done, make the adjustments. Because even while they're still young, they will adjust and they'll learn and they'll be able to gather themselves and understand you as a mom better.
Yes.
Because then they'll know, okay, this is why my mom is so crazy. Why? Because she struggled, because she had challenges. They definitely deserve the truth, and you deserve the truth to come out of you. Sometimes it's not deep. Even sometimes. No, it's liberating. Yeah. It's liberating because you realize, like, this is really what happened to me. And though it may carry trauma and pain and heartache and all of these things, when you find that you're healed from a situation, it's not a problem to you to release it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's so very important.
That is true. I think sometimes we do still hold on to things or we don't want to share things that we feel is still like hindering or hurting us. Yeah.
It still hurts.
I meet moms that are struggling with their daughters more so. Yeah. And I feel like we need, to this day, I need my mom. You know, I'm very close to my mother.
Right.
And we need our moms, because then we grow up to become moms, and that
Right.
they still are pouring into us. And even though we get married and have husbands, it's not the same support as the mommy.
No,
So it's
not.
like we need that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What inspired you to guide your children to the acting and modeling industry? I love this question.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is going to bring up my faith again. This is so very interesting. So with my son, who is 8 years old, and my daughter, who was 5, those are the two that are in acting and modeling. But with my son, I knew that he was just very artistic, and that he could just express himself so well when it comes to drawing, when it comes to singing. He can dance. He just has it.
And how old is this one?
He's 8 years old.
Right now. Okay.
And so he just has it. He just has all of those giftings.
And I'm sorry, how old was he when you first started seeing this?
When I first, he would have been 3, maybe. About 3 years old.
That's the age. I tell people, you see, when you really pay attention, you see who your children are at 2 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. When his personality starts to come out, she was barely speaking.
Oh, yeah.
So
you
then,
said 4 or 5 months, right?
Yeah. So when she started to walk and talk, I said, okay, wow. And I thought it was amazing that God showed it to me that early. And she actually gets more bookings than my son, who I thought was the one. And it's interesting how it works out that way. It's the one that you think, and then there's the one that God definitely said, no, this is the one. And it's not to take anything away from my son, but it's just knowing that there's a greater purpose there for her when it comes to the industry. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
So, okay, so basically it came from you seeing something special in them, and then you also heard someone that was very close to you seeing it as well, and you felt like God spoke to you and said, okay, I should be doing this for them. You wanted to help them flourish in what you saw they were great at.
Definitely.
Can you share a memorable moment from one of your child's successful acting or modeling gigs?
Oh, it would be the first one that Rain did. So my 5-year-old daughter, the very first one. I was way more nervous than she was.
That's how it normally is. They say, Mom, you're making the baby nervous.
Listen, and it's so funny because I worked from home at the time, and I just try to stay busy in my computer. Well, first of all, let's start from the night before. Nervous wreck, couldn't barely sleep. Got up super early because I'm like, we cannot be late. I don't want to be late. Not even realizing it wasn't that serious to be like on time. I mean, obviously we want to be punctual,
right?
Just for like morale reasons. Yeah, so when I got there, it's way more lax environment. And she gets there and she's just like swinging on the swing, walking up to people, introducing herself. And this is something I knew she already carried. She carries just such a boldness. And then I said, okay, she's taken pictures before, but not to this level, not where she's on set. So I'm just going to let her do her thing and see what she does. Immediately, she went into character.
Wow.
Immediately. And I remember the producers and other people coming up to where she was to watch her.
Remember when we met and you said they've been signed for about a year.
Yes.
But they haven't gotten an audition yet.
Yes.
So I need to know for me, when they started getting the audition and started booking work, was it after you updated the headshots?
Yes. And I was just telling my husband this because I was, I was telling him that we're going to do the interview. I said, this is the one, this is the woman that I spoke to about the headshots. And she had given me that piece of advice. He said, oh, I remember. Yes, he instantly connected to it. Because that's when they started getting bookings. That's exactly when, those headshots.
I want you to share about the headshots, because that's what I tell all parents. Right. It's the headshots, because that's the first point of contact that the industry has. They don't see or know anything else, so they look at that photo.
Right.
So I want you to share the difference you saw.
Yes. So we had taken their headshots, and then also it's important to update them because they were
Yes.
younger in the headshots. And though they were really good pictures, they, like she said, they did display their personality. It didn't show the brighter side to them. It didn't show the jovial side of them, how how creative they are. And so just something as simple as a picture, like they said, it's worth a thousand words.
Yes, yeah. It's
But
like, wow, I
it
get
was
that now.
yeah, it was so pivotal for the shift in their career. And so we updated their pictures, and at that moment, I sent them to the agency, and we updated their profiles and all that, and they loved them. And literally everything they submitted us for, we were getting callbacks for.
Nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Yes. Yes. So shout out to Fatima for giving us that very, very important advice that shifted the careers of the children.
Yes. And this is just the beginning. We're going to do bigger things.
Yes.
What advice do you have to give other parents who are considering managing their children's careers in this industry?
Okay. I would definitely say make sure that it aligns with their purpose. Make sure it aligns with what it is that you all are desiring to do as a family. Because you will have to make a lot of sacrifices when it comes to their careers. Sometimes your entire career has to take a back seat to theirs. So are you willing to do that? Weigh all the options, do all the research that you can, connect with the right people. Make sure that you are connected to the right agency, someone that will advocate for you, one that is not just, you're not just another number, but almost like a community, family dynamic feel, I would say, look for. But also someone that is well-versed in the industry so that you are able to, learn everything that you can, but also you have the best opportunities for the bookings.
That was great advice. Thank you.
Keep God first. Keep him as the foundation of your life, the center of your life. You're going to hear me say that a lot because there's no way that I could do any of what I do without him. My marriage doesn't look like what it looks like without him. We're not successful. My children are not successful without the foundation. The foundation has to be strong. When you think about a house, they have to lay the foundation and it has to be grounded and rooted deep. So think about that when you're shaping your life or you're looking for the direction of your life. Think about your creator. The one that created you obviously would know where to take you. So when you're deeply rooted in him, he's the one that's going to guide you into all truth and to what it is that your purpose is in life. So that's so very important.
Thank you.
Oh, we both sweating bullets, girl. Thank you so much. Look. Thank you so much.
It was so nice meeting you.
You too.